Hi, welcome to our 30-minute yoga for runners. This is our first yoga for class. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna start incorporating more of these as we head into the end of this year and the beginning of next year. Now, of course, this is gonna focus on those repetitive motions that runners do. You guys know what runners do, I don't need to show you. But those repetitive motions that runners do and how we can support those parts of the body. But it's going to be good for anyone, okay? So we'll focus a lot on hip mobility, a lot of activation with our glutes and our quads and hamstrings. All of that, it's gonna feel really nice, half an hour, and you don't need any props. Just grab your mat and we're ready to go. We're going to start in a butterfly position. So first, soles of the feet come together, bringing your heels close to your body, as close as feels good and accessible. Lifting your heart here, finding an active butterfly pose. So crown of the head is reaching to the sky, knees reaching towards the ground. Breathing here, you might find yourself hinging forward just a tiny bit. That is a-okay. So breathing here into this sensation. Starting to connect to the breath. Just noticing that natural rhythm, not forcing or changing anything yet. One more round of breath. And then gently walk your heels out a little bit and then hinge forward for a diamond shape. You're welcome to keep your hands right here on your toes, or in some bodies it can feel good to pull your forearms under your shins or your calves. Just allowing yourself to pull deeper into that posture. Just finding whatever feels best for you. Keeping that activation in the lower body as your knees press towards the mat. Heart continues to pull forward, but you might find a little round in that spine. Using your next exhale, gently lifting your heart out of that posture, keeping your right shin towards the top of the mat, left shin comes alongside, and then we'll invite some hip movement here. So you can have hands behind you on the mat as you shift to face the back, and then return to forward, some 90-90 dynamic movement. If you'd like to give yourself a little bit of a challenge, keeping hands off the mat here, just rocking back and forth. One more round wherever you are. Ending back at the top of the mat, shift and find your way into a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. 2 more rounds with your pace of breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. 1 more round. And then coming to a neutral spine. Right leg extends long behind you, and then pull that right knee through, setting it between your hands. You might walk your back knees back just a tiny bit. Breathing here. Inhale, lift your heart. Now you'll notice knee is stacked over the ankle. It's not the worst thing in the world to have your knee come in front of your ankle. I think sometimes we get ourselves scared out of that position because we hear it talked about so often. Just being mindful of it. Right now we don't want it there, but we'll have some poses today where your knee's extending over your ankle, and that is a-okay as long as it feels good in your body. Hands come down by hips. Shift your hips back and then press into that front right heel. Heart pulls forward towards your toes, feeling that engagement along the back of your right leg. This is Ardha Hanumanasana, or half splits. So also if you're working towards the splits, this can be really helpful. Breathing here, heart continues to pull forward. Rock forward back to that lunge. Right knee steps back for tabletop, other side. Left leg extends long behind you. And then planting your foot between your hands. Knee over ankle, walk that back knee back just a tiny bit. Inhale to lift. Finding activation in the glutes and the hips. We're not dipping into the pose yet, keeping that activation. Crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Core engaged. Glutes engaged. Breathe here, finding this lunge. You might feel a nice small stretch along the front of that right hip. Plant your hands down by your knee, gently rocking back. Ardha Hanumanasana on this side. Heart pulls forward, pressing into that left heel. Might start incorporating more Hanumanasana into our practice just so I can say it. Breathing here. Now, I didn't mention bringing blocks in for this practice, but if it helps, you can come onto tented fingertips rather than hands planted on the mat. Or if you need a little more space here, 2 blocks can help with that as well. One more round of breath wherever you are. Hips continue to reach back. Then rock forward to tabletop. Left knee back to meet right. Inhale, right knee extends long behind you. Bring that foot between the hands once more. And then we're going to pulse between these poses. So gently walking that back knee back. Pulling back to half splits. Then rock forward to lunge. Back to our back splits, half splits. Rock forward to that lunge. You can keep the hands on the mat, helping you with a little stability. If you'd like to invite a little more movement, you can bring hands back by hips. Inhale, pull forward. Back by your hips. Inhale to lift. Do 2 more rounds, working with your pace of breath. Ending in that lunge. Hands plant to the mat, return to tabletop, other side, left leg extends long. Planting it between your hands, finding that stability, maybe walking that back knee back a little. Shifting to half splits, forward to lunge. Shifting to back splits, forward to lunge. Again, maybe playing with hands off the mat. Finding what works best for your body. Always a little more fun for me when I get to incorporate the arms. Half splits is a pose that I've been working on quite a bit. So I like to incorporate things that make it feel more fun. One more round wherever you are. Ending in that lunge. Hands to the mat. Back to tabletop, walk your hands forward about a handprint, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right foot for lizard pose. We'll be here for about 2 rounds of breath. Option to stay right here, tucking knee in towards shoulder. If you would like to come deeper, you're welcome to go to your forearms if that's available in your body. If you'd like to play with a little hip mobility, maybe rolling to the outer edge of that right foot. One more inhale. Exhale here. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, lizard on the other side. Again, playing with those options here. Keeping that knee tucked in towards your shoulder. Maybe coming to your forearms. Maybe rolling to the blade edge of that left foot. Breathe here. Next, exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, press your sit bones back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way through. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way through. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, hands back by hips. Everything lifts for locust. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, press up to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath here. You're also welcome to take a tabletop or a child's pose. So again, feeling out in your body. What is it looking for today? Reminding yourself you have full permission to change your mind. If you're not in down dog, making your way there. Inhale, bend your knees, hips low, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, press your sit bones back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way through. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Keep your elbows tucked in. Untuck your toes, hands back by hips. Everything lifts for locust. Active here, squeeze that back body. Return to the mat. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. 5 rounds of breath here. Maybe taking tabletop, maybe taking child's pose. If you're not there, making your way there now. Inhale, bend your knees, hips low, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the sky, maybe a little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now, taking time to set up your base here for chair pose. You're welcome to have feet under hips, or you can bring your toes to touch a little sliver between the heels. Wherever you feel most stable is what I recommend. From your stable Tadasana, sink hips down for chair. Noticing once again, you want knees pulled back behind toes so you can still see your toes, but your knees are over your ankles and that's a-okay. Breathe here. Keep crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Feel that activation in your quads. Start to shift your weight towards your left foot. Start to get light in your right foot. Right ankle crosses over left knee. Figure 4 chair here. Keep your right knee pushing towards the mat. If it helps you to feel that engagement, you can bring your hand under your knee and gently push against it. Keep your toes active here, flexing your toes. Give yourself a few more rounds of breath, finding your stability. Active in this posture as your crown of the head continues to reach towards the sky. Then moving as if in slow motion. Right ankle lifts off knee, step back for crescent. Inhale, fingertips reach towards the sky. Press that back heel back towards the back wall. Fingertips lift, hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale in your plank. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Actively press your chest towards your legs. Heels towards the mat. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, bring it back to the mat. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, press your sit bones back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, finding that base. Maybe hips distance, maybe closer. Sink your hips down. Breathe into your chair posture. Hips stay low, knees pulled back behind your toes, active in those legs. Heart stays lifted, noticing if you're wanting to round forward. Imagine pulling the crown of the head towards the sky. Press into right foot. Become light in your left foot. Crossing that left foot over for figure 4 on this side. Again, noticing those little spots of our body where we're active. Keeping that left foot flexed. Left knee presses towards the mat. Finding stability in that standing leg. Give yourself a few rounds of breath in this posture. Keeping your head lifted. Hips stay low. Toes stay flexed. Imagining you're moving in slow motion. Left foot extends behind you for crescent. Arms lift to the sky. Actively press that left heel back. You might feel a little more openness along the left, the front part of that quad. Feeling that stretch here. Hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. This time, bend that right knee, opening your hips towards the right, almost a scorpion dog. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, bend that knee, opening your hips towards the left. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. From Tadasana. First, standing into that left foot, bring right knee up at a 90-degree angle. Keeping those toes flexed. Then you're gonna open arms towards that bent knee. Finding an open revolved pose here. Return to neutral. Keeping that foot lifted, shift your weight for warrior 3. Right leg extends long behind you. Hands at heart, or play with bringing hands back by hips for airplane arms. Keep those back toes flexed. Heel pressing towards the back wall. One more round of breath. Keeping your back leg lifted, hands come to the mat. Lifting that back heel towards the sky for standing splits. Another split variation. Completely okay if it doesn't look like the splits. Breathe here, right heel reaching as high as it can. And then gently return right foot to meet left. Inhale, half lift, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep those arms to the sky. Exhale, back to Tadasana. Other side. Breathe here. Shift weight towards the right foot first. Left foot comes to 90 degrees. Inhale, open your arms towards that bent knee. Fingertips reaching opposite directions. Pull back to center. Shift your weight. Left leg extends behind you for warrior 3. Back heel pressing towards the back wall. Toes flexed. Maybe hands come back by your hips for airplane arms. Finding a little extra openness in that chest. Activating those shoulder blades as they squeeze together. Breathing into this posture. Next round of breath, hands come to the mat. Standing splits, encouraging that left heel as high towards the sky as is available in your body. One more round of breath here. Exhale, left foot comes to meet right, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands forward and up. Exhale, fold all the way through. Plant your hands. Left foot steps back for warrior two. Back foot parallel with the short edge of the mat. Arms at shoulder height. Inhale, right palm flips up, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior, right arm overhead. Inhale, extended side angle, left arm overhead. Exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten your legs, turn toes so they're facing long edge of the mat. Pull your heels in, sink down to goddess. Hands come to the inside of your knees. Press right hand into right knee, dip that shoulder down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left side. Inhale to center. One more round on either side, following your pace of breath. When you're back in center, arms come to cactus, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Straighten your legs, toes point towards the long edge, wide-legged forward fold. Walking your feet a little further in this stance. Inhale, wide-legged half lift. Exhale, walk your hands towards your left foot, bending into that left knee for Skandasana. Now, you might stay right here, just shifting your weight, foot stays planted on the mat. If you'd like to come deeper, pressing that right heel into the mat, toes reach towards the sky, left hip towards left heel. Breathing here. Again, that knee's over our ankle, but we're staying mindful, following what feels best in your body. Wherever you are, walking your hands back to the top of the mat for low lunge. Step right foot back to meet left, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, warrior two on the other side. Back foot presses into blade edge. Arms at shoulder height. Inhale, left palm flips up, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, extended side angle, right arm overhead. Exhale, back to warrior two. Straighten that leg, toes point towards long edge, heels pull in, sink to goddess. Hands back to those knees, finding those shoulder dips once more. Inhales pull you to center. Exhales dip down. 2 rounds on each side. If you want to stay here longer, I don't blame you. This feels really nice. Inhale, back to goddess. Straighten those legs, toes point forward, widen the stance a little bit. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, wide-legged half lift. Bending into that other knee. Bending towards your right. Again, you can stop anywhere along the way. Maybe you stay right here, pressing into that full foot on the left side. Maybe you sink down, shifting your weight towards that left heel for Skandasana. Again, whatever is available to you today. Might be different side to side. One more round of breath here. Then walking your hands, return to low lunge. Step left foot back to meet right. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes, lift your heart for Sphinx. Hands press into the mat. Heart pulls through. Eyes can soften or close here for just a moment. Notice if your lower body is clenching, encouraging it to release. Then gently pressing yourself back up to a tabletop position. Extend right leg long behind you. Then bring right foot outside of left, pressing into that right back heel. Gaze can drift towards your right foot. Kind of a mini twist here. Pressing into your right heel. The next round of breath, bending that right knee, sinking your hips back for a half cow face, half child's pose. Kind of variation here. If you have full cow face in your practice and want to bring your seat between your heels, you're absolutely welcome to. If not, just staying right here is beautiful. Reaching those hips towards your heels. One more round of breath wherever you are. Then gently rocking back forward. Right leg lifts once more, this time extending it perpendicular from your body. Plant right foot outside of the mat. Tuck your back toes. Sink your hips back for half child's pose. Now, if having your left toes tucked is too intense, that plantar stretch does not feel good, you're welcome to untuck your toes. But if it feels good, meaning it brings sensation but not pain, I encourage you to stay there. Plantar stretch can be really helpful for runners spending a lot of time on their feet. Next round of breath, rock forward, return to tabletop, other side. Left leg extends long behind you, plants outside of your right foot, pressing into that left heel. Gaze can drift towards that left ankle, encouraging a little twist or a little side stretch in that body. Then bending left knee, hips sink back for half cow face. Again, if full cow face is available to you, you are welcome to take it. If not, just staying right here. Hips continue to reach back. If you're working on cow face, this is a great way to incorporate some steps and some practices along the way. Next round of breath, rock forward once more, and then extending left leg perpendicular from your body. Plant it outside the mat. Sink your hips back for half child's variation on this side. Again, right toes can be tucked to incorporate that plantar stretch, or untucked if that's not available in your body. Next round of breath, rock forward once more, tabletop, and then coming to a seated position. Just a little time here. Legs open up wide for a straddle pose. Heels pressing into the ground. Heart reaches to the sky. And then walk your hands forward as far as feels good. You might rest your forearms on the mat. You may be pressing into your hands. Just giving yourself a little time here. Encouraging those inhales and exhales to lengthen just a tiny bit. Next round of breath, hands walk back in by your body, bringing your feet together for an easy seat here, just incorporating some gentle twists before we recline. Inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, twist towards the right. Left hand can come outside of right knee, right hand propped up behind you. Leading from your shoulders for that twist, avoiding cranking your neck, but allowing your shoulders to guide your twist, and then your gaze can fall where it does. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting to the other side. Again, staying active in those shoulders. Crown of the head reaches towards the sky, encouraging the spine to stay long here. Next round of breath, gentle release. Soles of the feet come to the mat, and then lowering down here. Gently bring knees in towards your chest. Arms can wrap around knees. Maybe forehead comes up for a little yogi hug. Exhale, release for Shavasana. Arms extend, legs extend. Allow the body to be heavy here. Reminding ourselves that this pose is just as important as any other pose we did today. Allow yourself to release, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Body can remain still. If it feels good and is available, you're welcome to stay in this place of rest. If it's time to close out your practice, starting with gentle movements like rolling out the ankles or the wrists, maybe a nice good morning stretch, fingertips one way, toes the other. Then guiding yourself to a fetal position on whichever side feels better for you. Before gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable, easy seat. Taking in these last few moments, really thanking yourself for showing up today, honoring your body with movement and with rest. We'll close with a collective round of breath. Inhale, fingertips reach towards the sky. Exhale, pull hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for being part of this rad community, and I hope you have a wonderful day.